Hello, my name is Denise Sutton, and I am very excited about being invited to speak and being invited by Women Empowering Women to speak about using our power of words to change ourselves and the world. There's a saying that if you want to see a change, you have to be it a lot of the times. And we can be that change by the words that we speak. We can speak words that can change so many things in our lives and the lives of others if we understand the power of these words to make a difference in all that we do. First of all, I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself. I grew up very introverted and quiet, and I love reading books. You could often find me in a corner, even in a family gathering, by myself reading a book, living in a new world, living a world that didn't exist for me. I made it up by living through the books. Most of these, of course, were fictions, but they grew into nonfiction as I grew older and I wanted to read about stuff that really applied to what I was really living in life. Therefore, the reading of these motivational and inspirational things that were true, they encouraged me to start writing things that I believe would empower me even more. And I found out they could also empower others. I wrote skits, songs, poems for any occasion, and the love of writing grew for me. And I started believing in the power of words that came out of me. I have a question for you right now, and I'm going to use this book to talk about some of the things. Ask yourself, what have you said to yourself in the last day, week, month, or year? You can easily answer what you've been saying to yourself by looking at what you're doing. Because what you are doing is because of some habits that you have had. Your habits are because of some actions that you have made in your life, and your actions have been based on the words that you've spoken. So your words lead to actions, which lead to habits, which leads to your lifestyle. So the essence of what I'm saying, everything that you do depends on the words that you have spoken, regardless of the outward situation. The words that you have spoken within yourself determine your reaction and therefore the way you are living according to what has happened to you in your life. God made us in his image. We all know that. We're the only creatures that he made that can speak a language, and some of us several languages fluently, and be understood by one another by those words. Such power in those words. God spoke the world into existence because of that. He said that we, being in his image, can speak things into existence. In Ezekiel 37, he asked the prophet to speak life into the dry bones, which means we too have the power to speak life into things that are lifeless. And we sometimes overlook that power. And sometimes when we realize it, we do speak that life. And that's a wonderful gift to have. The right of free speech, which is written in our Constitution, has been very valuable in allowing us to speak our minds in many situations without any serious repercussions. Many times, though, if it becomes too detrimental as far as causing violence or harm to someone, we do suffer some things. Because we need to speak power, words of power that are positive. The Bible speaks that life and death are in the power of the tongue. So be very careful of the vibrations you give out with your words. The word power gives out energy that comes back to you before you know it. What can be done with words? Lots of things. A lot of people use them in hostage situations to de-escalate things, to keep a fight from happening, to keep someone from getting hurt, to keep someone from jumping, who's thinking of suicide or other things. Powerful words do make a difference, and listening to the words of others makes a difference. Many people only need to be heard if they are allowed to voice their opinions. That can bring comfort to them. We often overlook the listening aspect in communicating. People also look at how the words are spoken. So be very careful how you speak your words. You can say the same thing 2 different ways and get a different response because of how your words are perceived. I once had a conversation with my daughter about the power of words versus music in a song. And I ended up finding out that it was even. We need music, beautiful music, to get us in the emotions and the feelings and feeling that music and make it memorable so we can remember it and want to hear it more. But it's the words that can give you strength. When situations come, that those words give you comfort for, that you can relate more to that. The song could almost be any tune, but those words are what makes the difference to what feelings it cater to. Being that you are with yourself 24 hours a day, that is more than any other person will be with you. The words that you make your own are the words that empower you the most. They can come from an internal thought, internal feeling, or something you read, or something you've heard from someone else. But until you adopt those words as your truth, they will not affect you. But once you do, it'll be hard to break that thought from and your actions from that those beliefs or those words. This picture, they said a picture paints 1,000 words, and I've often agreed with that. A picture does say a lot of things in one aspect that would take almost several pages to write the same feeling. However, to explain that picture, you still have to use words. So therefore, for a picture to compete with words would be impossible because words are needed to explain it. Words, in order to teach and empower others, must be used and communicated in a way that the person that you want to touch can understand it. If it goes above their head and it's too difficult, it is not communicating. You need to break it down. Oftentimes in the Bible, Jesus did this by doing parables, speaking a knowledge or something of usefulness to a person in a way in which they would understand and grasp it. Therefore, they were better able to make those words their own because they could now understand the concept. Words can uplift your mood. They can change your day. They can build families, start a movement. They can inspire you when things are rough. Like there's a saying out that if you fail or fall 7 times, get up 8. It's saying the little things count. It's those little words that can often stick with a person. One of the most famous sayings that I don't think is true is, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt you." Those are going to have to be some strong stones and sticks to break bones, but anything is possible. But however, words can hurt you, and words have been often hard. Wounds from words are often harder to heal than wounds from stones and sticks, because they can be in your heart years later. I can't count the number of people that have held grudges from something said years ago, whether they interpreted it the right or wrong way, but it destroyed their lives for so long after it was said. It's amazing. Words are really powerful. I was thinking about movies. One of the things that stands out to us with movies is a famous catchy line. That's why I often like to write things in poetry and in catchy phrases, because people remember stuff that rhyme and catches their attention. It's the same way simple things you do. If you make the analogy to something in a catchy way, it'll stick with that person. Always use words to help push things forward, not take them back. So in essence, all I want to say in the end in all of this is words can be a powerful tool for success. It's all about it's like any other key that is put in your hand, knowing how to use the key, what door it will open, what usefulness it will have for your goals. Strive to use words to be a spokesperson for yourself, for others, that will empower in your movements. These are how movements are started again. I hope that you do continue to respect the power of the word and use it to the best of your ability to change, to be a catalyst for others and yourself. You can reach me on my Facebook page, Denise My Words and Me Sutton. You can inbox me in Messenger using that link, or you can email me at mywordsandme@yahoo.com. I would be glad to talk with you about anything, about writing, about the power of words, and keep encouraging yourself, because you are one of those changes that will make a difference in the world, using your words as they should be used. Thank you for this time, and I hope you continue to empower yourselves with your words that you speak. Thank you.